The other morning when I was walking to my bar class, I saw a little girl walking with her mom who was like pushing a stroller. But the little girl, so full of personality already, two little pigtails, had an LCD sound system t shirt on. And me, a grown ass woman with taste, by the way, I was like, I've never listened to LCD sound system. What the hell does this maybe 6-year old know that I don't know? And then I listened to LCD sound system. I think my point is buy my merch. Because you never know who will walk by and who will listen to your music. Or more specifically, who will listen to my music because you're wearing an Amindy t-shirt. Hey guys, so I moved to New York, the Big Apple. Oh my goodness. I've lived in Los Angeles, specifically Inglewood, the South Bay, some parts of South Central my whole entire life. I'm LA to the core. And I moved all the way to the East Coast for the first time in my life at 25 and a half years old. And it's been awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like every time I talk to my mom on the phone, my loving, sweet, awesome, pious mother, every time we talk on the phone, she's like, are you good? Like, you tell me if you weren't, right? Like, you're really good, right? Because she did try to live in New York when she was pregnant with me, and she couldn't hack it. But I don't have a 4-year-old, and I'm also not pregnant right now, so I can't imagine the challenges she was facing in the 90s. However, I'm having a ball, and that's a privilege and a blessing, and I'm super grateful for it. But I say that to say, like, I feel like when I even was telling people that I was moving here, Amindy, was moving all the way to the East Coast, they were like, really? Are you sure? I was like, yes. I don't do anything unless I'm absolutely sure that I can do it. And I've been doing it for months now, and I love it, you guys. And I honestly do have my same routine, which is working my day job, my lovely day job, and making my lovely music. I'm working on an album, the best album of the 2020s, if I may. And it's been awesome. At the top of the year, I got to go to Mexico with my lovely homegirls, and then I got to go to Jamaica and work on the album. I've just been being inspired. At the start of this video, I mentioned that I was on my way to a bar class. I've been doing bar, and I've been comparing in my journaling my move here to New York to the bar classes that I'm taking, because in bar, you're dealing with a lot of quick changes, and it starts hurting real bad right before the change happens. And it's kind of your choice whether you want to keep pushing through or stopping. And the gain is really in the pain, right? So it's like, you better keep the fuck pushing through, or else what did you pay for these bar classes for? You know what I mean? Additionally, I feel like growing up in LA, not that I had a privileged upbringing by any means, but I definitely had the type of upbringing. That's my mommy holding me as a baby. I had the type of upbringing where my parents would do anything for me to just have the best case scenario. That's what I experienced growing up. Plus, I was in Los Angeles. Do you know what I mean? And I say that to say the kind of person that I have always been since a child up until now is that, like, things have always felt quite easy for me. Learning, expressing myself, asking questions for understanding has always been quite easy for me. Figuring things out has always been quite easy for me. Plus, I've been quite, like, I guess, held and nurtured and seen for a very long time, so that my progression has been quite easy. I've progressed quite easily in my life, and that's something that I I have no problem with admitting. I don't think that's a bad thing to say. I'm a black woman, a child of immigrants. Um, like, I just feel like, okay, that's nice. It's nice that I had ease in my life, And I feel like moving here at 25 with a frontal lobe and all that, it's been such a lovely experience because I'm really pushing myself. I'm forced to push myself. I'm forced to push myself, which is something that I enjoy doing, actually. I love pushing myself. And I didn't realize that I love pushing myself because I never really had to. I love keeping myself into a routine, which is why I've had a day job for all these years. I love routine. I love structure. I love pushing myself. I love hustle and bustle. And I really tricked myself, I think, all my life into thinking that comfort was peak. Comfort is peak. Comfort is a privilege. But I just don't see progression in comfort. And I've been comfortable like for a very long time, but I want to see what happens when I really like apply full pressure. So that was a big motivation for moving to New York. Plus I'm working on this top secret amazing album that's so inspired by my roots and lineage. And I feel like, exposure to more of that Caribbean American community on the East Coast. Not that it's non-existent in Los Angeles, it's just a lot smaller than it was when I was growing up. And now I'm an adult and I want to be around other Caribbean Americans my age. There's just less of that in LA, unfortunately. Plus my job opened up here, and so it was like really easy to transfer my routine from LA to New York. And I love that. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm definitely not ready to expose any details of anything that I'm working on yet. It's still quite top secret. I'm also doing The Artist Way. Me and my sister, Chloe the God, started that together while she was out here for her show. She opened for Abong JR at the Williamsburg Music Center or something like that. It was really close to the sublet that I had when I first moved here. But, yeah, we both got The Artist Way and started together. She actually put me on to taking bar classes. She was like, you could take a free bar class. And I was like, what? And then I did it. And now I do it, That's something that I really love about Chloe. And obviously moving here... Sorry. Moving here and leaving my friends was rough for me. Having such a beautiful community, one that I was raised with for the most part and came up with, and just like know and love and can call upon at any time, of course was hard. But I do have a community out here, don't get me wrong. It's just, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to leave them in LA. And so when Chloe came out here to visit, it did feel like such, and even my friend Alana came out here and Haley came out here. Like, getting to see friends from LA so far has been so sweet. But anyways, I say that to say, Chloe specifically, sorry, I'm sneezy. Let me turn the air on. Brings out such a side of me that is so necessary, and I feel like it's so hidden a lot of the times. For those of you who don't know, Chloe is an Aries. I'm a Libra. That makes us sister signs. We're on the same label. We're the only girls on it. And we like each other a lot. And I think that's a blessing in itself. And she came out here and she was like, let's do bar, and also let's start The Artist Way. And just like that, she changed my life. And I've been enjoying The Artist Way. I'm only on like week 3, but I'm into it. I say that to say, I'm not telling y'all shit about this project yet. I really have been on that. I don't know if you've noticed, but my Instagram is private. I don't feel like talking to nobody right now. I'm showing you my little outfits at work. I'm showing you what I want to show you. I don't have content to promote the music. You know what I got going on. If you miss me, press play. It's not that hard. I don't want to fucking beg for your attention, and pardon my language, honestly, truly, but that's just not It's not in my religion. It's not a part of my religion. You like me, right? You know where to find me. And if I'm not here right now, wait for me to come back. Simple. Love ya. Mean it. Look at what I've given you. Listen to that stuff. I be tweeting. Look at my thoughts. You miss my face? Fair. Turn on post notifications for my stories. I don't know. Another thing that is just like moving here and like meeting new people, and like the first thing is like, what's your IG? I'm not ready for that. I'm just not ready for that. I feel like I follow a million people already, and it's always passing, fleeting interactions, and I just want something a little bit more meaningful if we're gonna transfer over to the digital realm and follow each other for all eternity. You know what I mean? Like, let's get a little bit deeper. So I'm private now because it creates a threshold to break, and I think I enjoy having a threshold to break. Okay, the more that I think about it, I do want to show you some stuff that I'm working on, but I won't. That's just my nature. I want to share. It's all very good. But this is an album. I've never made an album before. People are always like, you don't have an album? No, I don't have an album. Nice is an EP. Take What You Need is a mixtape. The truest form of a mixtape. Take What You Need and Then Some. Simply a deluxe mixtape. And then Lover is also an EP. I have not made an album yet. But I have this brand new frontal lobe that I want to show off to you. And so I'm making an album. It's a real deal, and it's getting very serious, and it might take forever. How long between Pine and Ginger and Nice? How many years did you have from me between Pine and Ginger and Nice? I know the answer. The answer is like 3.5. Nice was great, and an excellent reintroduction. And I feel like with this album that I'm working on, is this pretentious of me? Now I feel like I'm like I feel like I'm conducting my very own Zane Lowe Amindi interview, but it's just me. But I'm an artist, so my point is, what is my point? What was I even talking about? I think I was talking about what was I talking about? Album. What? Anyways, I'll just talk to you some more about this album. This album, the point of it is me making a grand return to myself. And it's going to take a little bit. It feels like a reintroduction in its own way, other than the fact that my point is proven. So Pine and Ginger, this huge song when I'm 17 and blows up, and I'm like, is this who I am now? Is this what I'm going to be? And I'm like, no, that's definitely not who I am. It's not who I'm going to be. I want to show everybody that I can do everything. I can do everything, and I can do everything very well, and I want to show you that I can do everything well. Like, that was what I was on. I feel like I showed everybody that I can do everything well. Everybody gets it. And now I feel like I can make my great return to this thing that most people have heard my name from. A blessing of a song, a blessing of a moment, a blessing of a catalyst for a revelation in myself, in my own artistic journey. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I want it to be understood that Amindi is not a one-trick pony. I can do it all. I deserve it all. What Kendrick say? Exactly. I wanted to mention a Tame Impala song in this video, but I can't remember which one. It's from the Slow Rush. On Track. Strictly speaking, I'm still on track. That's how I feel. I feel like, okay, let me take a little break. I feel like I'm still on track because I've given you so much in such little time, and I Now I'm 25 and a half, and I'm a hot and sexy lady, and I'm grown, and you got to see me grow up. You got to see me transform into this, and I'm still transforming is the thing. This isn't even my final fucking form. This isn't even my final form. How exciting is that? I'm only going to get better and hotter and greater. I'm only going to continue experiencing life. I love to experience life. I forced myself to experience life. I moved across the country to experience more life so that I can pour it into these songs that I'm so good at making. Let's just be honest about that. Let's just be real. I'm good at making songs. But I'm good at making songs based on real life, and I need real life in order to make these songs, but not in a toxic way. I don't have a toxic relationship with my real life and my art at all. I love life. I love making art. It's a love-based situation. Everybody's happy to be here. Type. Yes, I'm changing. Yes, I'm gone. Yes, I'm older. Yes, I'm moving on. And if you don't think it's a crime, you can come along with me. That's what I have to say. Kevin Parker, if you see this, do you like my music? Do you think we would make good music together? I do. And if you don't, I wonder why. What's the barrier between us? I think you could fuck with me. I fuck with you. I love to express myself. I love to express myself through clothing and in music and in the way that I speak in love. Is that so wrong? Think about it. Get back to me. I love you. And more than that, I think you rock. Okay, bye. Okay, end the fucking video, Mindy.